There's literally a video called My Legs Are Powerful.
Hi, I'm Delilah from Beverly Hills, Los Angeles.
Oh my gosh, your arm is so long. Is your arm on the left longer than your arm on the right? Oh my goodness.
Before I continue,
Please hit like and subscribe.
I was 2 when my rich uncle adopted me and took me to his huge mansion.
Dude, the way these videos start is just like, wow.
I was bigger than most kids my age, but he accepted me with all his heart. Unlike his son Rusty, even though he had everything, it wasn't enough because he wanted it all for himself. When I was 10, I won the state spelling bee competition, and Uncle took me to an amusement park to celebrate. I was very excited till the operator refused to let me on one of the rides.
Halt! This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Yes, the almighty of all sponsors. Can I say that? Raid Shadow Legends is a dark fantasy RPG game that takes you on an epic journey through a mythical world. Wow, look at this. Oh my god, wow, so epic. Honestly, I've been playing the game a lot recently, and I've been using these 3 champions a lot. I usually use Juliana for attacking, Minaya for support, and Seducer for defense. Yes, that's his actual name in the game. I'm not kidding. The graphics, by the way, looks like it looks amazing. It looks like a console game, but on your phone. The battle animations too, like, look at this. Can I kiss it? But you wanna know what? Like, most of this game is selected as over 650 completely unique champions that you can collect from different factions, each with their own skills and abilities. And you wanna know what's even better? Just come, it's completely free. There's also a special Valentine's Day themed adventure. It's called Raid the Love Quest, guys. Look, all you need to get involved is just to download the game from the links below. Copy your in-game player ID and head over to raidlovequest.plarium.com. Enter your in-game ID there, and yeah. By the way, this is only running from February 14 to March 14, so again, don't you dare miss out. And by the way, listen carefully. If you play one of the Valentine's Day themed minigame, you can get a chance to win some in-game and in real life prizes. Prizes including Valentine's Day themed champion and Amazon gift cards worth up to $1,000. Okay, now I'm gonna ask you guys one question. Do you know who this woman is right here? No? Oh, okay, that's totally fine. Basically, she's an MMA and pro wrestling megastar, Ronda Rousey. And why would I bring this up on the sponsor segment, you might ask? Well, she'll be in the game. You can literally get it right now just by opening Raid 7 days before February 20th. So go open it right. And if you haven't started playing Raid yet, you can click the link in the description down below, or you can scan this QR code right here. I don't know where to put it. You will get unique bonuses worth $35. You also get this free epic hero named Jotunheim. With this, oh, that's another game. Arigatou gozaimasu. Raid for sponsoring this video. Back to whatever Shirley's doing.
This is not for teens, it's for kids only.
Teens are kids.
I'm only 10.
Oh.
I was 13 and almost 5 feet 11 inches.
I got it.
I didn't let that get to me.
It's tall girl, guys.
Uncle gave me the biggest room in the house and stuffed it with gifts and toys. Sure, she needs a bigger room. With that size. You don't have to be so mean, okay? I know I'm tall, but you're dumb and I never make fun of that. You, I will get you for this. He chased me for an hour but couldn't come close. So I started practicing with the track team, and soon I beat everyone. Uncle was proud.
Can relate.
But it pissed Rusty off, and he went completely off the rails.
He's tall too.
One evening, Uncle had to bail him out of jail in the middle of the night for stealing exam papers. Luckily, he was...
He went to jail for stealing exam paper? Okay, is it a college?
Why do you embarrass me like this? Where did I go wrong? Oh, that's easy. You got her at home, and you forgot about your son. That's not true. Uncle loves you just as he loves me. Don't act like you're part of this family, and never interrupt me again. Enough! Uncle and Rusty had a huge fight that night, and a week later, Rusty went to London to finish college. I didn't miss him much, but Uncle did.
Why do they swish around like a...
Things went back to normal in a few years. At 17, I was a whopping 6 feet and the tallest girl in school.
I'm taller than her. Bruh.
Where do you buy your clothes from? The tent shop? All my clothes are limited edition, while you're just so common. I didn't let anyone talk me down. One time in the mall, I was window shopping when a flying figure went past me, getting chased by some guards. I couldn't see who the girl was, so I walked closer, but I tripped on a huge rack and all the clothes fell on her heads, and she ran away. And I ended up paying for all the ruined... Later that day, I saw my uncle packing up when I went home. Are we going somewhere? No, dear, I am. We're opening a new business in Greece, and I'll be out for a month. I want you to concentrate on your school and practice. And a week later, I got the worst news of my life. My uncle's secretary told me he'd caught a rare fever and was on total bed rest. After my last exam, I came home to Rusty and a girl who looked oddly familiar. This is Gina, my girlfriend, and the queen of this house. For the entire week, I noticed that Gina was an odd duck. One time, I was in my room when Gina walked in. Suddenly, she started screaming for Rusty. And that's when it hit me. She was the same girl from the mall. Wait a minute. I know you. What is it, darling? My room here is smaller than my bathroom. I need more space, so move her. I immediately wanted to call my uncle, but he was too sick to bother. So I kept my head low and started packing. That night, I searched for Gina on the internet.
Window is Sajikuri's JKW. That's what all these say. You can't even see it, I don't think.
Your girlfriend is a liar, and you're giving me a headache. I'm serious. I saw her stealing from the mall just last month. Gina's family is one of the richest in London. She doesn't need to steal. You can fool my dad, but not me. I'm smarter. I need Gina. Don't screw this up or I'll be your worst nightmare. Rusty walked away, and I couldn't help thinking about how this was possible. This was so confusing. I shrugged the thoughts away and left for school. But I was super distracted that day during practice and twisted my ankle while running. The school called someone to pick me up, and Gina showed up. You should have just sent a driver. I was in the neighborhood. Now come on, I don't have all day.
You don't need to be in the car.
She helped me to the car. For the next week, I rested at home. And every time I would try to get close to Gina's room, Rusty would ask me to back off. He was so paranoid that he had guards outside her room. Is she a princess? Why do you need so much security? Jeez, that's none of your business. She's my girlfriend, and I'll do whatever she wants. The more Rusty said stuff like that, the more curious I got. He didn't love anyone but himself. So all this newfound love for Gina was very weird.
Love? Question mark? Odd things. Mall incident. Aliens in LA. What is going on?
Sometime later, Uncle's secretary informed us that they were moving him to a bigger facility, and Gina threw a party the same day. Guess you're very happy that Uncle's not coming back anytime soon, right? What? No, it's my mom's birthday. Really? Then how come she's not here?
Oh, my food is here. Speaking of which, let Gus protect you. Wait, a chai? Isn't chai like tea or something? What is this? They got my whole order wrong, so they went and got me coffee and tea? I'm the last person to give coffee and tea to! I don't drink any of that! I have to go throw this away because nobody in my house is gonna drink this. In the meantime, look after them, please, Gus. Look after them, please, Mario. Hey, Mario flipped you off. I literally just left for like 10 seconds and look at what he's doing.
Because she's not around anymore.
What the heck?
No, it's my mom's birthday. Really? Then how come she's not here? Because she's not around anymore. Gina started tearing up as she ran upstairs, and just then Rusty showed up. I knew it.
I left on that? How come she's not here? Hold on, I gotta go get some food. All right, let's watch this amazing My Story animated video. Because she's not around anymore.
What did you say to her? Relax. I'm sorry. I think I may have stepped over a line. I'll apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I know how you feel. I grew up without my parents too. Gina and I chatted for a bit, and I realized she wasn't as bad as I thought. Gina warmed up to me after that, and we often hung out. A few days later, we had the school dance, and I decided not to go. When Gina heard, she volunteered to tag along. Just keep your head high, and you'll rock. I followed her advice and was having a great time, till I heard someone screaming from the other side of the room. Don't you get tired of bullying each other? So she's a little tall. She's way better than all of you, including these frat boys you crush on. You can't match her at all. Literally. I pulled her away, but she continued shouting till we reached the entrance. What was that all about? These people were saying weird stuff about you. I couldn't take it. Forget about it. We're here, so let's enjoy the dance. Come on. Gina and I danced the night away without giving a fig about anyone.
Giving a what?
Gina and I danced the night away without giving a about anyone. And a week later, I got busy with track practice. I had back-to-back events, and the coach was very tough on us. But it all paid off when I got selected. I immediately called my uncle, but his phone went straight to voicemail. I was excited to tell Gina about it, but I came home to loud noises coming from Rusty's office.
Dancing in Ohio.
Your job here is done. Pack your stuff and leave. Gina stormed out furiously. I was sure Rusty must have backed out of the wedding, and I wanted to make sure she was okay, so I followed her. I saw her enter a hospital and go into a room with a frail woman. Machines beeped around everywhere as she smiled at Gina. Oh, it's been so long.
Guys, did you hear what she just said? Okay.
My darling daughter, Shelley. I'm sorry it took so long, Mom. I have to wrap—
Guys, what is going on? She just called her daughter by a different name. That's not her name.
My darling daughter, Shelley. I'm sorry it took so long, Mom. So her name was Shelley? And her—
Okay, it's part of the story.
And her mom was alive? Who was this person and what did she want? I had so many questions. I wanted to go inside, but looking at her mother's condition, I decided to wait for her at home. But there, I had another surprise waiting for me. Uncle was home, and he was going ballistic on Rusty over some papers. Uncle, you're back! How are you? I was so stressed when I found out about your illness. I was fine, Delilah.
I was fine, Delilah.
I'm ashamed to even say this, but my own son got me kidnapped for property. Thankfully, the police found me just in time. Kidnapped? How is that possible? I spoke to your secretary. He wasn't my secretary.
He wasn't my—
Someone had stolen his phone before he got on the plane, and then on his way home, he was kidnapped. A few months back, Rusty had called him up asking for $1 million, and when Uncle refused to pay him, he planned to get him kidnapped and force him to sign the company over. I looked at Rusty.
He shouldn't be going to jail for just exam papers right now.
You gave everything to her, leaving me with nothing.
Leaving me with nothing.
Who would do that to their own father? Someone who doesn't care about anyone but himself. Gina told us how Rusty was a wanted con man in London who'd scammed many people.
This is a lot.
Her dad. So, she pretended to be rich so she could date him, help him sell the company, and leave with the money. The money he stole was for my mom's surgery. We fell into debt paying her hospital bills. I wanted to get back at him, but he tried to fool me again. I told the police where your uncle was.
This happened. This definitely happened.
As Uncle called the police and Gina sobbed, I saw Rusty sneaking out with the papers, but I grabbed him just in time. Think you can outrun me? You wish. Rusty got arrested for kidnapping and embezzlement. Gina got called in for questioning and received a 6-month sentence for helping Rusty, after which we paid her mother's treatment and even compensated other people Rusty had conned. Soon, it was time to leave for my international track events, and my uncle came to drop me off. Make me proud. Haven't I always? Uncle hugged me, and it felt like home.
Well, at least it wasn't a love story. My trip to Japan changed me.
Hi, y'all. I'm Zoe from Seattle. Please like and subscribe.
Hi, y'all.
I'm a pretty easygoing person.
Same voice actor every time. I guess if it was a different voice actor every time, it would make it harder to watch these things because every single video is the same, and I feel like they have this like curve of keeping every single video that they put up, and that actually is stimulating. That's what keeps these videos not boring.
But one thing that always scared me was flying. I didn't understand how people could be so casual about it, like it was as simple as riding a bike.
It is.
But that didn't mean my life was boring. I was the star of our high school trivia team. My teammates loved me. The quizmaster read the question off his card. My teammates all looked at me. I had to think about it for a second. The opposing team all leaned in to confer amongst themselves. I saw them nod, but then I slapped the buzzer first and got the answer right.
Just got Riz.
We won! Now we were going to the finals. The next day at school, the teacher sat down with our team to talk about the finals and go over our strategy. You guys should be proud of yourselves. You did great. Are you excited to go to Tokyo? Wait, do we have to fly?
No! You get to take a train! You get to drive there! You have to fly!
Can't we take a boat? Do you have any idea how long that would take? Come on, Zoe. I know how smart you are.
Just called her stupid.
On the day we were supposed to leave, I begged my dad to let me stay home. Honey, I understand you're scared, but your team is depending on you. There's nothing to be afraid of. And just look around. This is one of your dreams. My dad was right. This was something I'd always imagined. I was gonna do it, even if it made me sick. Plus, it was probably all in my head anyway. The airport wasn't relaxing at all. I was so nervous that I was shaking in the security line. One of the TSA employees saw how nervous I was. They made me step out of the line and searched me. It was so embarrassing. My teammates weren't any help at all. They just pointed and
Why is that funny?
I was so mad that when we boarded the plane, I sat way in the back away from my teammates. Anyone sitting here? I was too nervous to move my
There's gonna be a love connection, guys.
but I could feel his eyes on me, and finally I turned. Why are you staring at me?
You look like you're gonna pass out.
Thanks, I'm aware.
You're not one of those people who's scared of flying, are you?
Was this guy freaking kidding me? Why did he have to sit next to me when there were all these other open seats? I couldn't wait to land. I checked the flight time on my seatback screen. It was only 12 hours more?
Duh!
All of a sudden, I saw a lightning bolt go off right near the plane's wing. The intercom crackled.
Folks, this is your captain speaking. We're gonna be experiencing a bit of turbulence here, so please stay seated while we navigate out this rough patch.
My plane was shaking uncontrollably. My stomach dropped. This was it. I was just gonna. Just then, I felt a hand take mine. I looked over and the rude boy smiled reassuringly.
It's gonna be okay. Trust me.
Not long after that, the turbulence stopped and everything went back to normal. And just like that, everything changed between me and the boy in the next seat.
I'm Ken.
I'm Zoe.
I just realized he's wearing MSA merch.
Ken was from Japan originally, but he had lived in the US for a few years now. He still came back to Tokyo all the time to visit his sobo. That's Japanese for grandmother. I thought that was really sweet. The next day,
So
Ken
quirky.
showed me
What the next day?
we went to a beautiful shrine in Asakusa and to the top of Tokyo Skytree, a skyscraper that overlooked the entire city. This was even better than what I had imagined. I was really doing it, exploring a new country and seeing sights right out of my photo collage. And to have Ken by my side made it even more special. Just when I thought the day could,
Really good visual right there. Like how everything is out of focus and they are definitely in focus.
Ken gently touched my face and kissed me. The day after, I was supposed to practice with my team for the finals, but I was still kind of annoyed with them. So I pretended to be sick, then put on a disguise and snuck out of the hotel to meet Ken. Ken took me to see this amazing mountain shrine in Kyoto. There were 1,000 orange torii gates leading up to the peak, and we walked through them as we made our way up.
They walk in like NPCs.
We had to climb all the way up the mountain. By the time we got halfway up, I was exhausted. To make things worse, it suddenly started pouring out. We raced up the steps and kept going until we came across a thick copse of cherry trees.
I should have brought an umbrella.
Yeah, you didn't prepare us for this trip at all.
You know, I'm not your tour guide. You could have brought one yourself.
But you're from here. You know this place better than I do.
They're creating conflict out of nowhere. Look at this.
Come on, we should head back down.
I wasn't sure about leaving our shelter, but I followed Ken out into the rain. We wandered around for a little while, and I started to think we were lost.
I could have sworn there was a path right here.
It seems like you don't really know what you're doing.
I don't see you coming up with any ideas.
I thought we were just going sightseeing. I didn't realize I needed to bring
What is happening right now?
Up ahead, there were 2 branching paths.
We should go left.
Well, I think we should go right.
I think I see people further down this way. Come on.
Go ahead. I'm going this way.
We should stick together.
Why? You don't think...
The trees didn't even change placement in that shot. He just teleported from the foreground to the background.
Ken started down one path, and I went down the other.
Death will soon occur.
I kept hearing strange animal sounds. I thought I even saw eyes following me from behind the trees. All of a sudden, I slipped and started to slide down the mountain. The ground was so wet from the rain that I didn't stop sliding until I hit a tree trunk. Ow! My ankle really hurt.
Then he's gonna come up and be like, sorry, I followed you. I was concerned about you.
I tried again to stand. It hurt so much, but I forced myself to my feet and
never mind.
hobbled back to the path. At
Never
this
mind.
rate, I wouldn't be down the mountain for a week. I was so mad at myself that I stamped my foot.
What?
I tried to catch my balance on my good foot, but then I started to slip again.
Bruh.
Suddenly, someone caught me and held me up. It was Ken.
I knew it!
It's just a sprain. Do you want to go to the hospital?
I want to eat. Ken smiled. We went to this amazing sushi restaurant. It was so good that by the time we finished our meal, my ankle barely hurt anymore.
Huh? The magic of Japan.
The next day, we were on stage competing for the championship. I kept looking out at the crowd, hoping to see Ken, but he wasn't there. He hadn't answered my call that morning either. I wondered if we were still fighting. It seemed like things were either perfect.
You're gaslighting yourself. You're gaslighting yourself.
Zoe, I glanced over at my teammate. Are you paying attention?
No.
The quizmaster just asked the final question.
She's distracted.
My teammates were all waiting anxiously. I just smiled and slapped the buzzer. And just like that, we won the
And then you answered the question.
That night, my team and I celebrated our championship. I was hoping Ken would join us, but I still couldn't get in touch with him.
He died.
I packed and ate some of my snacks. I checked my phone. No. I was disappointed, but it was hard to be completely sad when we'd just won the championship and I'd gotten to have all these great new experiences. My dad was right.
With the man that ghosted you.
On this trip. On the plane, I sat near
3D plane.
Anyone sitting here?
A smile crept onto my face. Ken!
Why didn't you answer my call?
I was with my Sobo. She has a strict no phones rule.
Fine.
Forgot he was going to see his grandmother. We talked the
Fine.
whole way home.
Fine.
Maybe there was more turbulence, but if there was, I was too happy to notice it.
I'm crying. It's so emotional. It's an emotional story.